Chad, good morning, baby. We're about to kick it off, and Wednesday. Kicking it off with a fresh new mute, Lockdown 2. Chad, good morning. Money Matters, Etienne, Danielle, Neil, Donnie, good morning. Post CPI, how's everyone feeling? Absolute non-event yesterday, if I'm very, very honest with you. We're going to talk about that before we kick it off. Keeks, good morning.
Morning, my brother.
How are you feeling?
Nah, feeling good, eh? A little bit, like, I must say I'm honestly bleak about yesterday's results. But, nah, feeling good. And you?
Yeah, I'm actually... on the one end, I expected something like yesterday. But honestly didn't expect such a muted reaction. Like, I at least thought we're going to get something more out of that CPI, but again, like we spoke yesterday, that as expected outcome leaves the door open for Powell to do some damage tonight.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that very shortly. But Chad, good morning. Wednesday, 13th of December. We technically have a week and a half left for the year. I think this is going to be the last week where it's going to be really good. Next week, what we'll be doing is I'm going to do the analysis. We're going to do everything as per usual. But here's the thing, if there's no trades, next week will be a 5-day boot camp. So I'm going to go from start to finish. It is technically going to be a full-on in-depth course on how I trade, how I see the markets, fundamental, technical, trade planning, risk management, psychology, and I'm not going to clip it. Here's the thing, just the guys that know where, guys are going to know if you want to go and get, let's call it quote unquote, the course. It's going to be from the 18th till the 22nd, and you guys can go back. So I'm going to leave those gems hidden there for anybody that wants to go back. But next week, I'm going to do a full on, let's call it boot camp. Don't want to say masterclass because I don't think I'm a master yet. But next week, so be sure if you want to level up your trading game, we're going to basically go through everything starting next week, just for that week. And we're going to keep it hidden there. And you will know how many people are on here. The 53 Is the masterclass? Yes, it's going to be on stream, Jex. So that's why I'm saying we're going to still do our standard analysis. We're going to set our alerts, and then for the rest of the session, that will be the, let's call it, quote unquote, masterclass. So yeah, be sure to join for that. And I think then closer to the end of that week, we're going to do a little bit of a wrap up with a backtesting session as well. I might even share a Zoom link for that, so the guys can ask questions, but we're going to also use that time to refine, basically to get ready for the next year, reflect a little bit on this year, and then also talk about some concepts that I'll be testing into the new year. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good one, Chad. But with that being said, we had a lot of GBP data coming out 9 o'clock, everything negative. That is why I don't know if you've seen the pound. If you look at EGB, Euro GBP, pound absolutely getting clapped across the board. GBP USD getting clapped. Pound yen getting clapped from those highs. So data very poor coming out of Britain. And then a little bit later today, we've got PPI 1530. I think that's going to be another volatile one. And then obviously the big one tonight, FOMC. The actual release, the Fed interest rate decision, is not going to be a big one. The monetary policy statement as well, that is not, maybe if Powell mentions something that has not been mentioned before, you can get a reaction of that. The dot plot as well, I don't think the dot plot is going to make that big of a difference. Then also remember, I think a lot of guys don't realize this, when the FOMC press conference starts, that first 10 minutes, Powell is literally just reading the monetary policy statement. A lot of guys get confused and I think there's something new. What Powell is literally just doing is he's reading this monetary policy statement. So it's already known half an hour before he starts. So the first 15 minutes is not really important. What is very important is when the questions start. When all of the journalists from the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, whoever else, Bloomberg, when they start asking questions and he starts answering, that's when the market gets volatile. So don't get caught in that first 15 minutes of the presser. That's not really important. Everything is already known by that stage. Questions, that is when things are going to start eating up. All right. With that being said, we're going to kick off straight with the dollar. I'm going to start off again with the weekly. We talked about it. I'm bullish on the week due to the fact that we've got this bullish engulfing candle right here. We've created a bottom wick. Last week's high is still intact. Daily time frame. I've looked at it early this morning as well. I was on the charts before I came to work. This chart is chalked. Firstly, we are back into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 day consolidation. This was the previous support area. You can clearly see here from the daily perspective, basically 4 days where we kept the 103.15 level. That's also a key level looking left. And then this 200 daily EMA, we've been struggling to get through that as well. 4 days, we weren't able to break through that. Yesterday closing bearish. And again, what you could see today is us actually trading down to go and fill part of that wick, find support again on this range, and then later with FOMC, depending on what Powell says, we can then either break out of this range or he's going to confuse the hell out of everybody, and you're going to see something like this, a daily coming down, going back up again, rejecting, and then closing somewhere here with this weird ab roller candle body where it's going to have like a top wick, it's going to have a bottom wick, and it's just going to close right back in the center of this range. So that is one of the scenarios. Other scenario is Powell actually buries the idea of rate cuts next year, and you're going to see the daily closing something like this. So one of the two scenarios, we're going to talk a little bit later about the FOMC tonight as well. You guys will be very prepped and ready for that. But lower time frame, so daily I am neutral. It's still technically in a technical range, so nothing on the daily that excites me, that's clean, that I really want to jump into. But lower time frames, weekly pivot held yesterday. You can see multiple times we've held the weekly pivot, currently trading above the Asia highs. So if we can hold Asia highs a little bit later into the session, what we can potentially see is another retest. And okay, we did actually close that gap yesterday. Oh yeah, hectic, we did. So what we can see is another test of that 103.80. This is that upper end of the daily range. So that is what I'm potentially expecting if we can keep trading above the Asia highs. US30, let's quickly look at US30. Chris, that nuggets and plans of teaching people for free, that is the shit that makes you gents the goats. Thanks so much, Steve. Alright, before we go there, let's quickly look at what Asia did. Asia overnight. Just want to see what the Nikkei did. Nikkei closing relatively flat, up 0.25% on the day. Hang Seng closing down 1%. So relatively muted to bearish. Alright, so that's what we've got there. US30 weekly, as mentioned, it was going to be a volatile one, and already taking out last week's high, already trading firmly bullish. Daily again, remember yesterday we said this key level right here, 36,413. We were bullish on the day, and nothing changes today. However, yeah, I wouldn't really classify it. Yeah. Chad, we haven't closed. This is a breakout. We haven't closed bearish on the daily. We've got no bottom wick, so we could see some type of bottom wick being created, but still bullish on the day. 5 minutes. So we've got this daily range to fill out. So your upside targets is literally 36,805. That is where you want to be trading to for the bullish continuation. Maybe we get a pullback. I don't know if we'll get a pullback that deep, but 36,413, that's the other zone that you want to be monitoring for potential holds on that, and then you can see something like this occurring either today, tomorrow, next week. But it's still looking bullish. Wait for a daily resistance to form before you start selling this bad boy. Asia range relatively tight. Everything's still looking bullish. However, daily pivot all the way down here. So weekly highs right here, session highs, Asia highs. So again, yesterday I said, look, I won't buy that. But again, gave you a nice little pop. Asia highs held yesterday. There you can see a clean cut move above. Asia highs holding, and then we made a session high, and then we obviously had this massive pullback. But here was that key level we spoke about yesterday. So bullish on the day. Again, are we going to make another high on the week? I don't know. Not something I want to get involved in. Nasdaq weekly time frame, we were bullish due to the fact that we're still closing bullish on the weekly. Nothing showing me that sellers want to enter into the market. Daily time frame, we are still bullish as well. Yesterday I mentioned that we've got all of this range up to 16,394. Do yourself a favor, scroll back to yesterday's stream, go check it out. So now next range to fill out is 16,596. That is dependent on we staying above 16,393. bullish on the day. Let's see the 5 minute. All right, 5 minute already taking Asia lows. There's that key level we spoke about. Already at Asia highs. Again, I'll wait for a pullback, even if I need to wait for it to pull back all the way here. But it is still bullish. If you are trying to sell this, just be very careful. Nothing I'm really interested in here. We're going to wait for price to settle down. Let's see how the markets open. German 30. All right, German 30. First bearish candle closure in 2 weeks. All-time highs being broken out from here. Let me just show you. So can we start with the pullback? I don't know. Yesterday closing bearish. Let's quickly look at it. Yesterday closing bearish, taking out the previous daily high. So if it is going to come lower, you want to see this high being respected, that high right there, and you want to actually see today this low being broken, and you want to see a daily candle closure that looks something like this. Then you've got a confirmed resistance. Then you can start planning your pullback trades back to this previous breakout area here. And then we need to see what we do from that level. So still neutral. I would say monitor yesterday's low. I think there's going to be a lot of volume once we start breaking that. That is your key level right there. And then obviously this flat body resistance area right here, 16827, 5 minute time frame. Let's check it out. That is basically almost at your session hours. Pre-market session hours right there. This is the level you want to monitor for continuations, and if it starts failing there, what you want to look for then next is your daily pivot. So again, a little bit tricky. We're in no man's land because we've got nothing to look left on with German 30. UJ, let's quickly look at UJ weekly time frame. I was bearish. I was still expecting that weekly pullback to fill this week, but again, as mentioned, on the weekly perspective, if you look at it from a weekly perspective, this is that previous weekly support area. This was the previous weekly resistance area. So that candle closed bearish, but it closed in between this zone. So this could be ultimately your weekly zone. And if we are going to start dying down and we're going to start selling, this is the level that you would want to see break 144.50. That is the level you want to see being broken down. Daily time frame, again, as mentioned yesterday, we are still bearish on the daily. The only way I can get bullish now is if this daily candle closes something like this. Only way I can really get bullish long term now on this, but otherwise than that, this could be the weekly high yesterday, and we can see a continuation of the bearish order flow to come and break that 200 daily EMA to the downside, and we can see further continuations to the downside. So today I'm neutral again, just simply due to the fact we did find resistance at this previous daily area. Sorry, Chad. We did find resistance here, so we didn't break above this zone right here. So neutral for me. We could still see maybe a deeper pullback and then the drop, but ultimately neutral for me on the day. 5 minute, however, is looking fairly bullish. EMAs are bullish, trading above the daily pivot. AD is bullish, so Asia high untested. So this is the zone we want to monitor. Let's see what we get there. I'm actually going to set some alerts. 145, 69, 5. Just give me a sec here. 695 Asia highs. Let's see. All right, GJ. I'm going to run through all my analysis, then I'm going to throw it over to Keeks so then he can do his full top-down analysis as well. All right, Chad, GJ, bearish on the week, daily time frame as well. Was this the pullback? Was this it? I don't know. Daily, I was bearish yesterday due to the fact that we resisted this previous breakout area there. You can see that was quite a big area previously. We tested it, started melting down, and now we in this daily range. So this is where we'll spend most of our day in. And for bullish continuations, we would want to see price trading above this level, 183.42, and then after that we can target yesterday's high. But currently this is the bigger range that we are in. 5-minute time frame, what do we have? All right, Asia highs have been taken. This was that news spike. Asia highs taken, pivot being rejected, accumulation distribution now starting, still flat, Chad. Here's the thing, look at it from Tuesday, yesterday. 80 is flat. We've got breaks above, we've got breaks below. Same here this morning, breaks below, breaks above. So it's not really showing me any clear direction. But again, I'm going to say 182.50 Asia lows. That's what we need to monitor for potential sells. Otherwise, if we start holding this weekly pivot like we did yesterday, we could see price coming back up. But nothing clean here for me at this stage. I want to see the markets open up. Gold. What can we say about gold? So gold, I was obviously bearish on the week due to the fact that we closed bearish last week with the actual closure below this zone. So I mentioned to you we can come all the way back down here, 1940, still be bullish, or we're going to find some support somewhere in here. Daily time frame, these are all the zones that we are trading in. So yesterday I mentioned to you this will most probably be the zone we'll spend most of our time in, and that's exactly what we did. Yesterday being actually an inside day. What does that mean? We didn't take the previous daily low or high. It closed inside. So showing not a lot of volume in the market yesterday. And 1981 today for me is key. Looking left, you can see that this is a massive previous daily level. Look left with me, you can see resistance, support. So 1982, if we reject there again, we're coming all the way back down to 1963. But if we can get there above this 1992, daily is still relatively bearish for me. 5-minute time frame, what do we have on the 5? All right, 80 starting to trade above the 200. Asia lows have been taken. We're back in the Asia range. Daily pivot is up here at 1984. EMAs, we're literally trading now at the 200. So I'm going to say, Chad, if we start getting above this level right here, we could see a deeper pullback on gold. Otherwise, if we start rejecting here, I think we are coming down. Keegs, I think I'm going to throw over to you in the meantime. I'm just going to prep my GU and EU chart. So Chad, let's go over to Keegs. Keegs, you are live. Let's give it to the gents.
All right, guys. Am I going through everything or just going through gold for now?
No, you can go through what you feel you want to go through. I think do DXY, do indices, and do gold, and then I'll be ready with GU and EU.
All right. Okay, guys. So as I said yesterday, DXY I have now flipped. All right. We basically played into the Fed's hands yesterday, and that was the last thing we wanted to do. But we basically just have to act off things now. So obviously we've had this little bit of a range. We've been trading in here. But I said to you guys yesterday, the big thing for the dollar was, even though if you notice we started trading down at a point, finishing off the night yesterday, the big thing I said was we want to be holding this pivot, because if you think about it, we always talk about we trade to the pivot, to trade away from the pivot. So on Monday, obviously we started trading down. We got this, came down, we held the pivot. So the big thing is, obviously you can see we were way below it, but coming back up to save it. So that was the big saving grace here, and that's basically what's flipped me now bullish. I'm still going to go neutral. I am leaning more bullish on the week, but I am just leaving that for neutral right now, because end of the day I do think we're going to trade back up to this 200 and these highs over here, which we keep rejecting off of. So I think once we get that closure above this, long term I will be going bullish, but I am leaning towards it now. On the day, you can also see we are getting the closures above there, so we are really starting to move bullish on the dollar, obviously with what happened yesterday. And the big one still, we got I think it's PMI today, and then we've got FOMC. So we'll really see what happens there. And again, we've always said this, you can see how the dollar holds this 200. Now also the big thing about today, not only are we above our daily pivot and the EQ, but we've made some massive gains already today to be trading above the EMAs now. So for me, I always like to say, if I am bullish, first thing I want to be looking for, I want to see that changeover. I want to be going above the EMAs. So if you can see every time we're bearish, the minute we get over, dollar really loves to hold it. So we're going to see that bullish push now, I really think. But that's going to be that on that side. So now we go over to gold. I think that's the big one everyone's been looking for yesterday. We are bearish on gold now. So I said to you guys yesterday, I was looking for that 1971. Looks like it nearly came this morning with a 1973. If you guys were trading with us yesterday, we said we wanted to see when those lows were taken. 1982, if I'm correct, if I'm remembering right, was those lows. I think we can go back and double check it, but that obviously, as you can see, once that lows were taken, it flashed. No, the lows were there because that was on the daily flip over here somewhere. Then that thing just absolutely ran. So if we start looking long term here, again guys, this is just typical break and structures we see on the higher time frames. You've come down, you had that flip going bearish, you literally had your support over here at that 1980, rejecting the flip, and then literally trading back down again. You've gone all the way down, so I don't know what happened in the markets that we had that big push back, but we did get some closures below these lows on the lower time frame. Even on the 15, 30 minute, we have closures below. So I think that is also a big point, and we are going to be trading lower for the rest of the day. I always say to you guys, if we've got these key areas like a 1971, you're not going to trade here and get close to it. You are going to go for it. So I definitely think that is going to be on the cards. Very similar, like Chris said, if we start holding this 1982 area, pretty much, yeah, you'll see we have this zone on the 30 minute as well, where we had these breaks below, and that is what we're holding now. So if we really do start to hold this, I definitely see us continuing lower. This could have just been the pullback, the fake out to try to get some of the buyers in and then continue bearish. But I am then, yeah, so just to actually go for that, if you guys want to be looking to get those sells, I think the best time is going to basically be looking, I think, once we break Asia lows again. Once we break Asia lows, you can see those were those lows. I wouldn't say volume's going to come in once we break there because we have broken it already, but we can see some movement come back here again. Then going over to Nas. So we were bullish on the week, but as I said to you guys yesterday, I was a bit hesitant after what the news coming out the way it did yesterday. So luckily we did still push bullish, but again, I didn't take any of those buys purely because I just wasn't happy with going against the news in the rest of the session. But we did get that push. We break in above that key level, so that was our big thing for us on the daily. So that is definitely on the money for us. But now on the 15 minute, you guys can see, as I also said to you, EQ in this, when we get these range breaks, EQ is most likely not going to get tested. You guys can see that yesterday. So same thing, yeah, we most likely won't get this. If anything, we might get that key level. So you can see if we do break the lows, the only area we'd probably push down to is this key level, the 16,350. We can even make it and see if we can hold that to trade back above. And they'll probably look for my best entry point if I want to go long. Probably only above Asia highs as well, just because I don't want to take Asia lows because they are so close together. The fact if I enter Asia lows, I can reject there and literally continue down. So I'll rather, if I'm not getting in over here, I'll wait to take Asia highs. US30 is going to be very similar as well. Oh, something is in my eye. Oh my word. Very massive move again yesterday. Really outtaking that daily key level. We said to you guys, we are 100% going for the all-time highs. It's just a matter of when we were going to get there. Again, and I said the news coming out, maybe just put a little bit of a timer on it, but we are definitely still going to be going for it. So on the 15, very similar, guys. We can definitely see the pivot being tested on US30 though, with this massive push. So dollar again, as I said, pushing up right off the bat today. So I think US30 can definitely trade down even for that pivot or the EQ today, just to go test those areas to then come back. Once we get above Asia lows, I would probably even look to buy again because we've had this big push away. Once we get back here, it is more likely to take Asia lows with Asia highs being untested at this point in time. And once that holds, to continue upwards. I don't see this going all the way back to that key level. So this will probably be our biggest pullback of the day, making that low of the day and then turning around. But that would be my plays for those indices sides.
All right, Chad, we've got 1 minute, actually 33 seconds left. GU, just have 2 more pairs to look at. GU, yesterday, massive candle, not a big candle body, but taking out the previous daily high and then also taking out the previous daily low, closing bullish. Here's the weird thing, market structure is still bearish, but this candle here shows me a lot of indecision, taking a low and a high. So I'm going to go relatively neutral to bearish on the day, just due to the fact that there's no clear direction. We're technically now stuck in this range. This now becomes a range. So unless we get a daily closure out of that range, we can see market going lower. Markets are open. Ding, 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 ding. Round 1 fight. Okay, so 5 minute time frame. We've broken. This is the news candle. There's that daily key level. Asia lows untested, half round number. So I would say wait for a potential retest of that level. Asia lows, half round number, and then see what we do there. Accumulation distribution also relatively choppy. This is not showing me any clear direction for price. So again, just confirming that indecision on yesterday's daily candle. So let's see, already almost at the daily S1. The other level to monitor is right here, 12537. I'll just rather wait for Asia lows to be tested for sells. Euro USD, however, a little bit cleaner for me. So yesterday, remember, I was bullish due to the fact that we failed to continue lower to go and fill that daily wick. We actually closed bullish, 2 consecutive bullish daily candle closures. This now becomes a confirmed support zone. Also, weirdly enough, this is the 200 daily EMA. Yesterday closing bullish above these previous flat body resistance areas and also taking out the previous 2 daily highs. I'm bullish on the day to go and fill this week and to come and retest this 108.40 level. So Euro USD, I'm bullish, weirdly enough. I don't know how that works, but anyway, Asia lows being taken. We are currently trading at Asia lows. Let's see if we can hold these Asia lows right here. Let's see if we can break structure above here. Let's see if we can hold above the 200 daily EMA. And then we've got this round number here at the weekly S1. How the heck is that the weekly S1? Chad, just give me 1 second. Is that the weekly S1? That is not the weekly S1. This is still last week's stuff. There's the weekly S1. Here's the weekly pivot. Give me 1 second. For some reason, Euro USD did not save. That is your... I must just actually go back and check the others as well. Alright, here's your weekly pivot. So it's still trading very close to the weekly pivot. We're going to need to see what we do. Alright, daily pivot, weekly pivot, big level to monitor. Yeah, so I'm looking long potentially. I'm going to wait for the shuffle. We've taken Asia lows, we've basically traded back. If we can hold Asia lows, we can get a structure break right here. I'm all for it. So let's see what we get. EJ, last one, daily candle. Again, bearish on the week, daily time frame, confirmed support right here. Before I can honestly be super bullish on this, I would need a bullish daily candle closure above here, at any point we can just reject here and come all the way lower. So neutral on the day. 2 consecutive bullish daily candles confirms the support. 5-minute time frame, what do we have? My Chad. 5-minute time frame already tested. There's that daily key level here, already rejecting. 80 is looking firmly bullish, no doubt about that. So I'm gonna say Asia highs already tested. Yeah, no, monitor this level, but not something I would take. Let me just see the 4-hour. Okay, we haven't tested the weekly pivot either. Alright, Chad, nothing there for me. We'll monitor it as the session goes by, but Chad, that is a mouthful. Through the session, we'll talk a little bit about tonight, some options before I end the stream as well. I'm going to give you 3, not actually 3, maybe 2 outcomes, potential outcomes to look out for. And you guys will be ready for tonight. I think gold, I think Powell will be hawkish, 100% Danielle. Looking at where US30 is trading is definitely going to try and talk down the market, no doubt about it. William,
gold indices, I think they're all going to take a bit of a shot again.
Yeah, William, I agree with you. Maybe pre FOMC, break those highs and then reverse. I think ICT traders, classic gold setup. Are you talking about basically the Judas swing? This being the Judas, being a fair value gap in there. Let's see the 15-minute. If you're talking about ICT, yeah. So technically, there's a fair value gap inside here. I think that is the fair value gap, or that, or
what's it? So to swing down now?
No, up. So, yeah, there's your OTE. So he's saying this is a classic ICT setup. So because
we'll carry on, or go down there again.
Yeah.
Do it and go long.
So what he's saying is, so if you look at it from a structure perspective, that was your last lower high. So traded below Asia lows, and then from here just pushed up to break structure or change of character or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called, and then it will pull back to go and take liquidity. I don't know where the liquidity is, but yeah, I think that's what he's referring to.
I don't know. The mindy thing is, I don't know how you can go long on gold now.
Yeah, I don't trade that Judas swing or whatever that is, but if you look at it, Monday, technically for the ICT guys, Monday took out a previous daily high and then broke structure. So that is that high formation. If you look at it from a line chart, there's that weekly Judas swing and then breaking structure lower. So technically you will extend lower for the rest of the week after that for the guys that trade ICT. Then also we went into this extended consolidation. When was this? Sorry, that was Friday. That was the entire last week. Consolidation, break, another consolidation. Could be looking at this, yeah. But I'm not an ICT trader, I just know the concepts well. Why don't you include ASP 500 in your daily analysis? It's highly correlated with Dow Jones, so whatever you're doing on Dow Jones, you can check SP 500. Also, SP 500 is a much smaller index than US30 and Nasdaq. If you look at SP 500, if you can just look at the index. Let me just show you quickly what I mean. So 4,657. So it's basically a quarter of the size of Nasdaq, and it's almost 8 times smaller, 9 times smaller than US30. So that's why I don't bother looking at it. If you have a shot, okay. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, Chad. Good morning. I was yesterday lost for me. Absolutely chalked market. This was yesterday. What a messy chart. So this was basically the crux of EJ. How big is this range? A 50 pip range on EJ yesterday. Messi, Lionel Messi. UJ. Chat, for those guys that missed it, next week, bootcamp, masterclass, whatever you want to call it, Monday to Friday, we're going to deep dive into my strategy, deep dive into some other concepts as well. Still going to do the normal analysis, still going to trade if there's setups. But while we wait, I've got something planned for you guys. So next week, Monday to Friday, intensive trading course. I'm going to need a lot of water, a lot of coffee, and then to end the week off, we're going to do a Zoom call. So I'll share the Zoom link. Everybody that gets in is in, and we'll end the stream and we'll go over to the Zoom. All right, Chad. Here's Euro. Here's that move. Let's see what she does. Keegs, anything you're looking at that's looking saucy, my brother?
I think best thing right now is gold, though. Because I feel like we're at that zone now. So, I mean, if we can break the 1982, you have the possibility of going long. Don't know for how long, but you can go long. But if we start taking those Asian lows again, I think you can be in for those sells. As I said, for me, just long term, everything like that now, the higher time frames, you can't long this. So I definitely, if you can get into the sells now, you're gonna be smiling.
I can't actually believe volume is so low this week. Flip me. Chat, how's everyone feeling? Today is the last day you'll see Keegan on the NYSE session. Keegs, tomorrow morning, my brother, you and Javon will need to run the stream.
Okay.
I'm going to be a little bit late. I need to go and attend a meeting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Out of office from 9 o'clock till 10. So I'll be like maybe 30 minutes late to the stream.
No, that's chill.
US.
Are we calling the stream early tomorrow, though?
No.
What time's the function?
I think 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
Okay. Oh, no, that's cool then.
I think it's either 1 or 2.
Oh, okay, no, that's chilled.
Yeah, so no NYSE stream tomorrow, and Friday no NYSE stream. Friday, however, we're going to do the London stream. It's a public holiday in South Africa. So my wife will absolutely ruin me if I'm the entire day in the office on Friday. So I told her I'm just going to come and do the morning stream. And then next week will be both London and NYSE.
I know. Don't you have like a little bit of a setup at home?
No, I do.
Honestly, because if you're doing London, you can even just stream from home.
Only thing is I don't have the I could take the no.
I'm just saying. I'm still saying, like, you know, maybe it would work better, but
No. I can't. No. I'm not gonna stream from home. Edgar in the mornings with me. Edgar is a smart money concepts trader. He's very smart. He's got a smartphone. He trades smart money. So
you must be doing something right.
yeah. So so Edgar's gonna join us in the mornings. Also, I can learn some tips and tricks from him as well. He'll be joining me in the morning, and then Jev and myself. My boy Jev will be for NYSE. But for the most part, the mornings are going to be the bootcamp. And maybe we even get Jev to share some of his 59 secrets. Yo, that man has a collaboration of strategies.
Yo, no, it is wild.
All right, Chad. Shuffle just ended. Here's that break I was looking for, but we're now so close to this weekly pivot and daily pivot. I might just even wait for this. Might even just wait for that. Actually, I'm going to set some alerts here. 1079. Hey, 1079.4. 1079.44. Yeah, this is looking good for me. What is DXY doing? Alright, Asia highs and EU daily pivot lining up basically. So once we hit the Asia highs for the first time, that is when EU is gonna hit that daily pivot level. So then it's make or break for the dollar. Where can I? Here's it. Let's do something like this. Let's do this. Why is it not showing me the Asia highs? Yeah, if the dollar's going to continue, it would need to hold Asia highs. I forgot about the public holiday. I've taken a sell on gold while it's consolidating. My key zone is 1970. If it hits there, I will secure and leave it till PPI. Looking on chasing it with a stop loss. Nice, Trocarara.
Yeah, I definitely think PPI everything is just going to be bearish for all your equities and stuff. Could be wrong, but that's just my thoughts.
Do you guys have something planned for 2024? We do.
We're going to shave Chris's head.
Myself and Keegan, we're tired of this receding hairlines we've got. We're actually going to shave off all our hair. Hey Keeks, do you use VIX for trade in Nasdaq?
No. I know some people do, I just don't.
VIX has been very delayed as of late, so it's not something I would really look into. In the past, I've used the VIX. A lot of people don't actually know how to even use the VIX. So the VIX uses the previous 30-day volatility of price. So if you go and check, let me actually show you guys what the VIX is about, because people look at a chart and they think they know what they're talking about. So VIX index calculation methodology, I think it's on Investopedia. Let's just go here. Here's my thing, Chad. Always, if you're going to use something, at least know what is the components of it. But don't just talk out of your ass. Yeah, so CBOE, Chicago, I think Chicago, something exchange, whatever, representing the market's expectations for volatility over the coming 30 days. Investors use the VIX to measure the level of risk, fear, or stress in the market when making investment decisions. So obviously, as the VIX drops, they're expecting low volatility. As the VIX rises, you're expecting an increase in volatility. It's not necessarily bearish or bullish, but in some cases, if you overlap them, you'll see that a lower VIX actually equates to a higher equity. So generally rises when stocks fall and declines when stocks rise. So the VIX is for the next 30 days. It's not for day trading. If your mentor is using it for day trading, you should run. That's all I'm saying. If your mentor is using it. Chris, you can join me. The bold life is liberating. Keenan, be honest. You shine it a little bit, like polish it, like put like a cream on.
I think you must put like sunblock on it.
The 2 bullet balls. Hey.
Hey, bro, they're the best cups.
The 2 juggernauts. Let's quickly look at what the rest of the market is doing here. Nasdaq rejecting Asia highs. German 30 bumping its head against that level. UJ still ranging. GJ back inside of the Asia range. Gold. Alright, gold is going for that key level right there. That's the level to monitor, Chad. Adonia. GU also coming back up. EU is the one that's looking clean for me. Have you ever used the split chart scenario thing?
Yeah.
I actually feel like you know what you're doing if you split your charts like that.
You feel professional. My only thing is, I just don't use it. I actually use it at home, like on my setup at home, quite often, because I've got like a massive screen. But yeah, like it's a bit different. But also, like I've noticed it's weird. Like if you use it now, for example, your left screen, half of it's cut up because remember we've got the banner on the side.
Yeah. Should we buy GJ now? Alright. Should we buy it? No. Because we've taken Asia highs and we've taken Asia lows. We're back inside of the Asia range. So you shouldn't do anything now. Give the signal, Danielle. Where's Pro Song? We haven't seen Pro Song in a while. Recovery signal.
Because you didn't give him a recovery signal. That man went kablowy.
We haven't seen Pro Song in a while, Chatadonia. EURUSD is most probably the only thing looking up at this stage. EJ, are you bullish or bearish on the yen pace? Bullish.
Bullish, yeah.
Okay. What is the JSE doing, Chad? Let's quickly look at the JSE. Alright, JSE up almost 0.5%. Up almost 0.5%. Chris, do you ever feel that when times are tough, like it's been the past 2 weeks, that you want to shift strategies? Just a question for 100% Neil. 100%. If you've had a tough 2 weeks and all of a sudden you see maybe the ICT guys killing it, like yesterday. Yesterday we took the buys there, instant drawdown, got clapped, and then the ICT boys maybe got in here and they're like, beautiful, caught a 3R trade. But then there's other times when we clap the market and the ICT guys gets almost said an ugly word here. But here's the thing, Neil. You've got 52 trading weeks in the year and 2 tough weeks, and not even tough weeks. It's like you're down 1.5%, or not even down. You maybe even break even. So 2 weeks out of 52. So basically 3.8% of your year makes you want to give up on your strategy. Then obviously you don't believe in the strat. So that's the thing. If you've been doing something long enough and you've seen the results, there's no need to change anything. And secondly, December is one of the slowest months of the year. So you're going to get a lot of range. Look at this from yesterday. This is a lot of chops. I don't care if you are a day trader, a swing trader, a ICT, whatever you are, this is chop. So don't stress yourself out too much. And here's the thing, Neil, I've jumped strategies. It's not like I one day woke up and the strategy I'm using is the one I chose out of, like, I've jumped around. Keegan has jumped around. All of us that has been in the game long enough. And it's part of the journey. You need to test everything. You need to see everything. That's why I know how smart money concepts work. That's why I know how ICT works. That's why I know how Elliott wave works, how harmonic patterns work, classical price patterns, market makers. I've been through it all, my brother, and I can tell you, you're not missing out on anything. What you're seeing on social media is only the good, but they're not showing you. So here's the thing, the guy's showing you these ridiculous RR trades. You're seeing that, we clapped a 1 to 22. That's all they show you. They didn't show you the 20 other trades they lost. So that 22R is just basically making up for the other 20 losses that they've already made. And now all of a sudden you think, holy smokes, look at this guy clapping a 1 to 20 or 1 to 50. But it's not showing you how many times he's been stopped out to get that 1 to 50R trade, that one a week, one a month. You need to update your strategy cause mutation of the market. Danielle, there's no mutation of the market. This is where people fail to understand. The market will only do 2 things. The market will trend and the market will range. There's no mutation or anything like that. This is your primary market structure. And this is what we talked about. The markets don't change. The only way markets can change is if people change. And people do not change. Primary market structure, secondary market structure. So whoever told you the markets mutate and they change, you need to ask your money back.
The market maker said so.
That is the only 2 things the market will ever do, Chad, is it will trend and it will consolidate, correct trend. And this is where most of the traders get killed, is in the secondary market phase, during the correction, during the overlap. This is the easy market to trade. Primary market structure, this is the one that kills you. But markets don't change or mutate or, yeah.
So what would you say the primary is right now on gold?
Primary is bullish.
On gold?
Primary market structure, if you're looking on the weekly, is bullish.
Okay, y'all. On the weekly, yeah.
Yeah, weekly we are definitely bullish.
No, I'm just I was thinking to myself like, wait, what? But I'm like, on the weekly, like we said, you can have a pullback to like 1950
So
and still turn around.
yeah,
after
so
that.
if you look at gold on the weekly, here was your primary market structure. This was your secondary market structure. Let me put it to you this way. There's your consolidation for 4 or 5 weeks, and then it started trending. Then you had your secondary market structure, your pullback, and then you had your move up. And then we had this extended. This is what you basically call an extended correction. But even though it's extended, it was still creating bearish market structure, so you could trade that. And then again, what did you see after this? Then we started trending again. We called all of these moves. Then you had your pullback, primary market structure, pullback. So that is why I'm saying the markets don't mutate. I think if you want to tell yourself that the markets mutate and you constantly need to trade your strategy, it's because you can't even trade one strategy successfully. So you're using that as an out for yourself to tell yourself that the reason you're losing is because you're not updating your strategy quick enough as the markets evolve, and they don't. Can you show me the exact pivot point indicator? Here's it, my brother. Pivot point standard. That one right there. Pivot point standard. And here is the settings for it. Traditional, auto. I use 3 and I just use the colors as seen there. Support pivots green. Resistance pivots red. Actual pivot blue. And that is it. Is the pivot. GJ respecting bank zone 182.50 and is currently setting up for continuation, but we have to break past 1. But for now, you can catch a scalp to that area. You can, however, we have yet to create any type of pullback, any type of resistance support. This all can just be a pullback to continue lower. So look at it from a line chart perspective. We were basically trading higher here, and then we started breaking structure lower. So this could all just be a pullback for sellers to re-enter the market and to then continue lower. Or if sellers are not present in the market, what will happen is we will actually pull back. That low will remain intact and we will break structure, something like that. Then you actually have something to work with. Your daily pivot, your Asia highs, and then you've got your 183 round number right there that you need to monitor. Keeks, do you think you need to update your strategy every month, every week, every year?
My thing is, I think you. How do I say this? You can evolve your strategy, but you're not evolving your strategy because the markets are changing. You can just keep on with like back testing, like we said. You can find out I only trade at a certain time of the day. I only trade at a certain zone. I only trade at a certain pair or things like that. You can evolve the strategy, but I'm not evolving the strategy because of the markets. I think that's the big difference there.
Chad, here's the thing, don't panic. It is December. Volume is low. I can already see a lot of you. I've taken basically 3 losses Last week I didn't take a single. I think I took one trade last week. I've taken one trade this week. Volume is low. Everything is low probability. So don't be so hard on yourself. I know a lot of you're getting stuck in these ranges. You're taking trades. It's either a break even, it's a loss. Don't let a December all of a sudden derail you. If you were already a bad trader before December, then obviously you need to look at what you were doing. But if you've had a good year, you've had a good, say, last quarter, December, you can't gauge your performance on this trading December. And that's why I know a lot of you are now in panic mode because you're trying to find trades, you're stuck in ranges. Like even Keegan, I think Keegan has taken one trade this week.
Yeah. I had that GJ.
So please don't gauge your performance on December. If you are trading badly in a high volume market that is trending, then obviously you need some work. But we're going to talk about it next week as well when we do that masterclass. Weirdly enough, this morning I was up quite early. I actually tested, remember I told you that guy Sam? Nephew Sam. Oh yeah, Chad, he's got quite a few indicators for the smart money guys. Like this one, it gives you the order blocks. If you want to look at it, he will give you like order blocks and fair value gaps and whatnot. You don't even have to plot them. But he did an indicator. Let me just quickly take this one off. He did an indicator. Here's it, which I think is actually very valuable. Basically giving you the frequency of the high and the low of the week. So weirdly enough, believe it or not, the high and the low of the week on gold is established either on a Monday or a Friday.
So if you're saying that now, then Monday would have been a high.
Yeah, from a statistical point of view.
So that 2006 is basically the high, and we're gonna set the low.
Yes. So basically, if you take Monday, Friday, you add 27. What does that give you? That gives you 54. No, 50. Yeah, 54. So 54% of the time, Monday and Friday creates the low, and then obviously Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, a lower probability for the low. That was quite interesting. I was having a look at it. And that basically lines up what we've spoken about, the Friday trades. I don't know if for those guys that are new, we've spoken about the Friday reversal. So if the market was trading in one direction, we always talk about looking for that reversal trade, because then obviously Friday is going to establish the low of the week. And then we catch that pullback trade. And then let's say, for instance, we are bearish on the week, then on Monday, we could potentially look at Monday setting the high of the week. So he actually has debunked RCT's claim that Tuesday and Wednesday 70% of the time creates the high of the week.
should be, man. Friday we start, so.
Why do you say Monday? It's Monday. Alright, I'm in FX28, my brother. I can see you are one of the smart, you most probably a smart money trader. Chad, let's just welcome Amin FX28. It's not Monday, it's Monday. But I mean, we just want to thank you for gracing us with your presence, my brother. Amin FX28. He's most probably a FX trader and is 28 years old. Just making it easy for the feds to know that he's a 28-year-old FX trader.
Oh, there's no guessing there.
I always thought it's Monday. Is it not Monday?
I'm sure it is.
Where I'm from, it is Maandag. Maar baie van julle sal nie verstaan wat Maandag is nie. Van volgende jaar af gaan ons hierdie 'n suiwer Afrikaanse stream maak. Niks meer Engels nie, net Afrikaans. No, but Chad, to be honest, we are we are busy developing an app that can in real time translate our voices, and we will be streaming in 30 languages next year: Mandarin, Spanish, Latin, Xhosa, Zulu, Afrikaans, German, Italian. What is a trend line and pips in Afrikaans? I don't even know. That's the thing, trend line. Trendlyn. Wat is die trend van die mark vanoggend? Yo, my bro, my Xhosa training is lacking. I was all for it, and then work happened.
I was gonna say, you were all for it, and then it just
Yeah,
stopped.
and then I started working like till late in the evenings. EJ, let's look at EJ. EJ's already at the daily R1. Here's that daily key level. I think if we can hold that, because look at it, every time we've broken above, we've rejected. This is the first time we've basically closed above. So if we can hold this retest, then maybe we can see a deeper move to the upside, but not something that's high probability for me. Same with Euro. We broke above that level. I said DXY would need to get below here to go bearish. But I also mentioned that we could go and retest that upper end of the daily range. So it looks like that's what's about to happen here. This language is like a magic spell. What language is that? Tendence line. My goodness. Yeah, gold is in the zone here, my brothers. Yeah, is gold.
The only thing is I don't trust gold because of the dollar still climbing at the same time. I do not trust gold as far as I can throw it.
Keys, I'm just gonna checking cars there.
Yeah. Good one.
Okay, chat. I just want to make a call here quick.
See. I was saying, guys, your gold literally climbing, yeah, but the things I don't like is DXY also climbing. So, I mean, if you look again, 4 hours, DXY very, very bullish. Taking out those, where if you look on gold, almost the opposite actually. So it is trying to break structure, but yeah, we've seen how that's been running. This obviously still has till 12 o'clock to go. The only time I think we might get a bit of a bullish push is if this can close above here before 12. But then again, we do have this massive wick here on the downside. So I'll still be watching for that. But the fact, if you literally go to the 1 hour, we have massive closure below. I just don't trust this. So we would have to see what happens at Asia highs. I think that's going to be the biggest point for us. DXY absolutely continuing as well. Keep in mind, guys, we still have, that's the thing, we got PMI, and then we've got the FOMC. So we'll see what happens, yeah. Markets look like they're trying to come alive a bit, but nothing as of yet. UJ running away, we've seen that happen. Obviously, if UJ is going to continue running like that, we know dollar is getting strength. EU melting because of that dollar strength. We got the daily pivots, all that ticked off. Same as UJ. Daily pivots, everything ticked off on EJ. GU, same thing, being ticked off. Absolutely melting to the dollar. That's why I say, guys, I don't trust this gold strength. End of the day, I think it really can just be like a fake out. Get the buyers all in and then just dump to the downside. Because yeah, daily we are just continuing. The fact is, even though this is a small actual like candle, you're having such a massive top wick like that just shows you like the buyers tried to throw everything at this and they just couldn't. So it really shows you how the sellers are coming into the market.
So, yo, it's weird when you don't hear yourself. Chad, so what I did previously when I was trading gold so successfully, I would look at the previous 2 weeks. And I'm going to show you something here. From when the markets open. So I first tested the hour before the markets open. The hour after the markets opened up. So I would look at, so the markets now open up at 10 o'clock. So let me just show you something here. Let's make this line a little bit thicker. Can we? I don't think we can. Let's just make it solid then. So I would look at the first hour after the markets have opened up. And then I would look at 2 hours after the market has opened up. And then what I found was that if the market is trading into a certain direction, sorry, that needs to be, why does it look, there's it. Then when I looked at it, I saw that if the market is trading in one direction after the open, usually between that hour, 2 hours, it is actually going to bottom out or it's going to top out and it's going to give you a pullback. And if you go back on every single, let's just copy this quickly. If you go and do this for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, let me just show you. I haven't done it as of late. I've actually been lazy. But during this period here, that 2 hours after the open, that is when it is going to create your pullback. And yesterday, we were obviously bearish on gold. And look what happened. From London open, it basically pulled back. You can pull your fib or whatever you want to call it. But it pulled back and it created the high of the session during that time. Now, if you go and copy that as well, because you need to think about it, if there is an algorithm that is controlling the market or whatever, that thing obviously trades at a set time when the volume is the highest. So let's bring this back here again. And this is how you test strategies. Here again, 10 o'clock. So during that time, it actually gave you a pullback back to the upside. I don't know what our bias was there. But this 2 hour window right here, this is majority of the time where the session high and session low for London will be set. Between the open and 2 hours afterwards. And that is all I did. So if it was very clean cut and clear that I am bullish on the day, I would wait for the open. I knew around about 11 o'clock, sometimes a little bit before, sometimes a little bit after. That is when we're going to set the low or the high of the session, and I would literally just trade the pullback. And you can go and test this. You can go and see whether I'm talking a lot of hogwash, but that is basically what I did. Based off my bias. Where's 10? There's 10 o'clock. 11. There's 12 o'clock. So in this zone, this is where the high or the low of the session will be set. Not for the day, for the session. So here was obviously a key level. What was the pullback you got on this? Not much, $3. But yeah, go and test it. 2 hours after the open, that is when I usually saw the pullback occur on gold. Hour to 2 hours. So it could be very probable, like Keegan also said, that this move on gold is actually the high of the session being set. I'm not saying it's going to continue bearish, but for the guys that trade SMC or whatever, that could be just the pullback and it could still go higher. GU, the fair value gap traders here taking a stab at it. I know what's the name took it. Where did he? What a... If you look, order book, some big whale just bought 61 lots on gold. I don't have an order book, my brother. I don't have an order book. I don't need an order book because price will show me what the volume is doing. So I don't need a heat map or a book map. I'm not a tape trader, and especially in an unregulated market like FX and CFDs. I'm not talking about a broker regulation, talking about OTC, over-the-counter derivatives. It's not a regulated market. Tsepo, Ticket, Salams, Chat, Chris, and Keys. That's a true redact. I'm one of them. Right, Chad. Gold is at that level that we talked about, 1981.47. Let's see if that theory holds true, that now is the time for gold to set the high of the London session. That's one of the things I want to actually start backtesting again over. And that is just pattern recognition, similar to Tom Hogard. His school run strategy. First 3 5-minute candles after the open. Buy stops above, sell stops below that range. GJ, still ranging gold. Keys are going to take a sneaky little sell here.
On gold.
Yeah.
5 minutes. Nah, for me, I at least want to see that little low there be taken out at 1979.
Amina, sorry, I did miss your question. COT report, obviously important, but that's more for your longer term positioning, to see how fund managers, how industrials and all of that are positioned. Heat map, are you talking specifically about heat map for the individual stock names? You don't necessarily need to focus on that. All you need to know is what is the top 5% of the Nasdaq, and I think most of us know the top 5 stocks in the Nasdaq is obviously Facebook, it is obviously Google, it is Netflix, and obviously Twitter is not there anymore. But if you know what the top 5 names are doing, and similar to US30, there's also like 5 names that carry like 30% of the US30 index. And then Whalestream, my dude, I don't even know what Whalestream is. I'll actually Google it now. Have you heard of Whalestream, Geeks?
I have no clue what that is.
So here's my question, as always, Chad. If you are a day trader, think about this quickly. I'm a day trader. I need to make decisions within maybe a couple of seconds as a candle closes, or maybe in a minute. So now I'm looking at the COT, I'm looking at the book map, I'm looking at the heat map, I'm looking at Whalestream, all of this. Now my brain still needs to analyze all of that information. I need to come up with a thesis. I need to get my bias, and I still need to execute and manage the trade. So I'm just asking you as a human being, how much information can you really run through in that time? And will you still be able to execute? So it's all great having all of these things, but Yeah. Whale stream. Alright. I don't even know what whale stream is. It just picks up like volume orders. But I see it's more for options, my brother. Oh, dark pool tracking. Alright, flow, order x-ray.
It's interesting to know though.
Yeah. That is something I still want to look into, is options trading. But yeah, the thing is, we think we need all of this information, but it's still it's still a 50-50, Chad. It's still just a probabilities game. There could be a guy with nothing on his chart, just trading candle patterns, and he sold this bearish engulfing, for instance, and someone else with a heat map, whale track, little dolphin fin and a shark fin, took 20-30 minutes to realize there was sell orders coming into the market here, and that bro literally was like, oh, it's I'm bearish on the day, there's a bearish engulfing. I've seen that for the most part. The early part of London creates the high or the low of the early session. I'm taking a sell, and the other dude, his brain is already fried. He hasn't even entered the trade and your brain is finished. My plan is to learn everything there is to know and use none of it to trade. Minty, weirdly enough, I've told you guys, when I started my trading, was most probably the most profitable I've been, but also most probably the reckless period of my trading. And then the more I knew, the less profitable I became.
That's so weird though.
It's the weirdest thing. The more I knew, the less profitable, because I was over analyzing everything. This strategy basically contradicts what this strategy is showing me. I end up not taking anything, and then by the time I do actually take something, it is the cuck trade that I took. And that's why I say there becomes a part of, we talked about it on the first podcast, I think. Yeah. It's like you build this onion with all these layers in your trading. And then once you have this massive onion, then you realize like, shit, I was actually profitable in here. Now that I've got these 20 layers to my trading, I'm not making any money. And then it's like, oh flip, okay, let's start taking some of these layers away again, and I just use these core concepts for my trading. Hence my question, are all those big platforms? No, so I mean, there's guys that actually use the tape to trade. There's actually strategies using the tape, that order book. So they will, but here's the thing though, a lot of those order books are there to basically ghost the market as well. So on the order book, or on the tape, you'll see that there's a massive block of orders there. And then once price gets there, the algo basically deletes all of those orders. So it's creating this false sense of there's orders in the market there. So they're driving price. I think it's called spoofing, if I'm not mistaken. So they basically spoof the market to say like, oh, there's a lot of orders here. And then the market is like, oh shit, there's a lot of buy orders there or sell orders. I'm going to basically buy into that. But then there's no orders. Once it hits there, the orders are automatically deleted. So there's a lot of ways to have any one of you traded on the 8-minute candle? No.
That's such a random number.
I literally have to add the 8-minute candle.
Yeah. Wow, why would you use the 8-minute?
8-minute is Keeks, little bit of a pullback on gold for maybe a sell entry.
I'll wait for the break below.
Curly trades. Good morning, Curls. I don't have a minute on my broker.
Was it Curly now that was talking about the pullback?
No, Trocky. RSA Trock. Trock-a-lock. Trock-a-lock. What the? Gold bears have no strength. Alright. I hope you didn't poke any bears. Oh yeah, there's another one of Sam, Chad, for those guys that trade smart money. Sam has got he's got the fair value gap one. He's got another one that gives you daily profile, liquidity, heat map, market structure, this one. He actually, it is on my favorites. Let's quickly see. Oh, here's it. So he actually did it for you, smart money guys, the chocks and the blocks and the bosses and the block chock. So there you can actually see your boss and your chock. So you don't even have to do it yourself anymore. Let's check GU. What did GU do on the 5? Oh, we had a chock here on the... But my question is, why is this not a boss? There. Even gave you the fair value gap there. Hoping to sell GU. Can't you guys hear the music? Keeks, would it be dumb for me to short on Nas, Asia lows and daily pivot untested, big imbalance on the 1 hour? Would price come down and test those fair value gaps?
Definitely think it could have the pullback, yeah. In the analysis we did say we want that big pullback before we continue.
Just, I don't know, I just get instant anxiety when I look at all these chocks and blocks and...
Yeah, that is definitely not for me.
Yo. Chad, let's actually have a question there. I want to see how many of you are chalk and block traders. Oh yeah, we are launching our chalk and block strat for next year. But it's not for trading, it's for fishing. The chalk and block.
Trying to level up your fishing game. You're going to be reeling in those big boys.
Let's actually do and again, Chad, there's nothing wrong with the strategy if you can use it well. Let's do SMC, let's do ICT, and let's do SNR. Yeah, Chad, I think it's good. Let's see what the majority of you are trading. Keeks, have you ever done like SMC and that?
Nope.
Never.
Never looked at it, nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw it I was like, damn, this looks cool.
My shit, it just confuses me.
Also, like, we've got this liquidity pool with the dark pool with this deep net of liquidity, and then you get a block, and then you get a double chalk, but then it's actually the fake chalk into the real block, and
I see you've lost me already.
And I was like, damn, these oaks know what they're talking about. And then you get the fake chalk into the real boss, and then you just get the end boss, and you don't ever get past that boss level. Ah, Crypto Master, Chris Dollar in the house. Where have you been, my brother? We haven't seen you here for a while. Crypto Master in the house, Chad. I'm not gonna lie, one of the few strategies that gave me a lot of anxiety was ICT.
Really?
Bro, that is a rabbit hole. RCT is that's why I tell the guys, like, there's only two real things you can use from that. The rest is a rabbit hole. And you'll even see the guys that use it well use like one profile or like one or two elements. The rest is gonna destroy you. I don't really think SMC and ICT is the same. ICT just has a profile for everything, my bro. There's a profile for your mother's birthday, for your sister's anniversary. There's a daily profile for FOMC. NFP creates the monthly Judah swing. News drives to get liquidity. I don't know, bro. Like, a lot of good nuggets out of it, but honestly, trauma. Is SMC the chalk and the boss? Yes, that is the chalk boss. Keeks, you're right, the markets are ranging, my brother.
Nah, bro, this thing's a bullet. It's just going one way.
Yasti. What are your thoughts on gold at the moment? John Ling.
Bearish.
We are bearish on the day. Here's that daily key level. Just be aware that we could do a little sweeperino here of the highs, and then we can get that chalk and then the boss.
I think once dollar gets its footing back, then it will just come. Then gold's gonna go.
Another one good friend of mine, Ken.
What's that, the Ken Chickbo?
Yeah, Ken is 100%. If you look at that man's charts, that man loves the flag, my bro. This is Ken's charts now, my dudes. That's Ken.
So for the buy breakouts or the sell
No,
breakouts?
for buy. If you go now on Ken's chart, I know Ken, my bro. This is Ken. This is Ken. And that's the thing, he trades it successfully. He literally trades these flag patterns and these pennant structures, and that's how he makes money. He's a fundamental guru, and then he just goes with these little pennants and flags and his zones. Other boys are chalking, that man is flagging. Steve Jacobs, I think we'll all get along. Number one is price action. Nothing else matters. Wing it as we go. Thoughts on GJ? As mentioned previously, GJ needs to show us what it's going to do here. What the heck, this mouse? GJ, that is the decision point, my brother. But ultimately, it is in a range. It is stuck in a range. What strategy I'm using? CMBS. CMBS, I like that. Chris is full of it today. Sarcasm back in the house. No, I'm just kidding, man. There's like I said, I've used all of it. It basically comes back to what Neil said. Asking like, have I ever wanted to change my strategy? I've changed my strategy a lot of times in the past. I go on Instagram and I see Keegan with a 1 to 400 R trade, and I'm like, nah, bro. Keegs, teach me. And then Keegan shows me this thing where he takes his cat, spins it 3 times around, 2 times vertically, 4 times horizontally, flips a coin, and then just places a buy or sell and leaves it for a month. I try it. I don't even have a cat. I need to get a cat. And all of a sudden, I'm not making money. Keegan is doing 400 R a month. Keegs, you have gone through that where you like see guys on socials and you're like,
you want to know how can you get to where they are and do what they do. But the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
oh my
Actually,
goodness.
it was so weird. Literally yesterday, were you on the live? I'm on the live, the New York session. Curly was showing me some of like his trading stuff. Literally that evening, I see like a guy's chart, like what's the name? Bullseye?
Yeah.
Identical to Curly.
So Curly just copied Bullseye.
Identical way they trade. And literally the same trade they were showing me yesterday. The US30 bars.
Maybe Curly copied him. Curly brother, did you copy Bullseye's chart? Price action is made from volumes from orders. So statistically, you have an advantage if mix price action with footprint chart. Yo, I don't even know what a footprint chart is. Gold trade.
People are confusing the hell out of me again.
Chris, who do the banks trade against? Do we have bank traders in SA? I'm just... Chad, here's my thing. Nobody's trading against anybody. Nobody is trading against anybody. If you think of it from a first principle perspective, what is the market? The market is buyers and sellers. That is literally all the market is. You've got your buyers in the one corner, you've got your sellers on the other corner. So nobody is trading against one another. There is a specific need for this potential buyer, and there is a specific need for the seller. This buyer needs US dollars because he is most probably paying for a big order from a US factory. This seller is sitting most probably with dollars. He wants to actually transact into yen, and he's actually wanting to offload his dollars to this buyer here because he obviously wants to transact in another currency. So there's actually real world transactions going on around the world. So trading is not about somebody's trading against you. There's this master plan where somebody's against retail traders. That is not the case. The case is just the psychology of retail traders and just the retail human being is that they are always stuck on the wrong end of the market due to fear and greed. That is literally it. But nobody is against you. For the most part, if you're trading with XNES, if you're trading with IC markets, if you're trading with XM, your orders are not even hitting the market. Those orders are not even seen. You can throw a million lot trade there and it's not even going to move UJ by a pip. Because all those guys are so big, they run their own liquidity. They are basically the counterparty to your trade. With that being said, I think maybe it is time to drop another book in the Discord for you guys. Then you will understand how the markets work. So give me a second, guys. I want to give you a book to go and read. Very few will read it, but the ones that read it will actually have a very deep understanding of how brokers, exchanges, all of that works. I think it's a 500-page book. Actually has a lot of good stories in as well that you will enjoy. Alright, let me get this classic out for you boys. Let me go under my finance book section. Alright, here's it. Trading exchanges. I'm going to download it for you guys now.
My ears are broken.
Alright, Chad, Discord link in the description of this video. I'm going to drop it right now for you guys. Alright. Okay, I've got it right here. Let's quickly drop it in the Discord. Old book, but a goodie. Alright, Chatadonia in the Discord. Let's quick. So, 657 pages, but you can go through this. This will basically tell you exactly how markets work, how exchanges work, block traders, value traders, arbitrage, buy side traders, all of it. So go and read this, get off YouTube, actually go and stick your nose into a book, and then, but yeah, still, how many books do I still have here that I need to share with you guys? I think there's about 20, but I will share them as we go. But I think that's a good one for the guys asking about liquidity and order blocks and blocks of orders. I love you, Chris, my brother. Thanks. It's a pleasure, Vince. All traders in SA are B-booked. It takes a lot to be A-booked. Thank you for the second book. It is a pleasure, my brother. EU is in a range, my broskies. This is not a chalk or a block. This is a Ranger Rooney. It's actually a Australian concept where it came from a kangaroo that tried to trade, and then it became a rangeroo, and this is just a range. We haven't gone anywhere, my brothers. Footprints could give you a hectic advantage, definitely. Where do I get footprints? In the sand. I should also ask, where's footprints? Chad, let me know. Where do I get the footprints? Is it an indicator? Keeks?
They're normally behind you. Other than that, I don't know.
You see, Keegan understood the mission, yeah. Range Rooney. Is this the footprint? Let's see. Damn, footprint does look intense. Wow. Chad, where do I find footprints? This thing is just showing me 100%. VPOC. Oh yeah, yes, footprints developing now. Okay. Where do I get footprints? Whoever, I think somebody mentioned your footprints. Let me know. I think you guys just got hit with an ad. I just saw that ad spawn here. It literally lets me know he's spawning an ad, and we're gonna hit the Chad with the ad right now. Damn.
I wonder, do they all get hit with the ad at the same time?
Yeah. Everybody got a footprint chart. Isn't this one? Where do I get the footprint chart? I want to see this, Danielle. You need to buy a software. Oh, all right.
So is it basically a bot?
I don't know. Where do I buy the software? Footprint chart software. That's the catch here. Here's the thing. With the footprint chart, you create a problem and you solve it with a problem. So you never really solve the issue of somebody not being able to trade. Footprint chart software. It's like Apple. They give you the AirPods. It's got a problem already. You're going to lose it when you run. Then they sell you these little wires that you buy extra to actually put wires back into them. Do you see that shit, bro? You can buy like things for your AirPods so they hang around your neck.
So we are making wireless AirPods wired again.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my word.
Chad, let me know where I get this footprint. I am now.
You're on a mission to find
I
this
wanna
footprint.
see this. Oh shit, Keegan's cam is off. Sorry, brothers. I forgot when I posted the book. Keegs is back. Danielle, please let me know when footprints. I can see there's something with order flow footprint indicator, order flow trader. Oh
It
damn.
just seems like a lot of work to find a footprint.
Oh my damn. Damn, chat. Footprint looks intense, my bro.
Really?
There's numbers, delta sell, delta buy. Yo. Footprint actually just looks like your volume profile. From what I can see, they just indicate your volume profile with X's and so if you go here, let's go visible volume profile. So it's basically, from what I can see, footprints is very similar to this. Let's make this 250. Let's get it nice and fine. All right. So from what I can see, so only what's visible will give me the volume profile. So we can see that from the volume profile. Let's do this row size. Let's make it 250 as well. So you can get it nice and precise. So from what we can see is that the majority of the volume is here. And once we start breaking below this, there you can see there's a drop of volume. So what will happen is exactly the same what happened here. Price will slice through it. So low volume nodes is where price will freely move because there's not a lot of volume in those zones. But this little cluster here, this POC point of control for the visible session, is sitting right here. So if we start breaking session lows, then technically we should continue lower. If we break above here, we should technically continue higher as we go through these lower volume nodes. But yeah, that is your volume profile. Has anybody let me know where I can get it? Okay.
Yeah, me personally, that's just like overkill on something.
Okay, let's see. We're going to end the poll, Chad. I'm going to give you 3, 2, 1. All right, end it. Let's see what we've got. All right. 64% of you guys are trading support and resistance. 20% is SMC. 14% ICT. All right, so the majority of you keeping it nice and simple.
I like it.
I can say that through your streams, I value and understand the word consistency better now, and not only trading but life in general. Thanks so much, Vince. Consistency is not always fun, Chad. Believe me, to be consistent is not fun. Takes discipline to be consistent. You forget DTFX. What is DTFX? Down to Forex. Pretty much 100 votes to good cross section. I think it's a good sample size. What's your take on PPI? I think PPI is going to come out very similar to what. So here's the thing. We didn't mention this yesterday. Myself and Keegan also had a chat yesterday. CPI. Let's just quickly do this. Here's another little nugget for you guys, because some people don't understand that. CPI is basically the index or the inflation measure of what consumers pay. You as the consumer. The only thing that PPI is, and this is how I'm going to show you how you can develop a thesis. PPI is the producer index. So the guy that you are buying from, or the wholesaler, this is what they are paying for their raw material, for their goods to actually make the product. Let's make it something simple. Shoes. The raw material that they buy to produce the shoe that they sell then to you. So obviously there is a wholesaler here, let's just call this WS, that is selling them the products, and then obviously the greater the demand for the producer, obviously they will also pay more. But here's the thing, CPI didn't come out lower, CPI didn't come out higher, it came out as expected. What is the job of the Fed? The Fed wants to lower inflation. So if CPI is stalling, obviously that could be seen as rates not working, because they want to get rates to inflation to 2%. Now, if the consumer is paying more, very likely that it is coming through from PPI, because this is the first leg in the branch, and then CPI is the second leg. So feeding it back from CPI, very likely that PPI will also come out higher. Keys, I don't know what your take on it is.
Nah, pretty similar.
So that is how the chain works on PPI, and that's why I'm expecting PPI. Let's see if they've revised PPI as of yet. No. So they're expecting PPI to come out lower, 1%. Alright, interesting. I'm looking at the complete PPI, not the excluding food and energy. Alright. Please, can you see the Brent? Where's Brent? We don't have a Brent in the office. No, but I'll check it now. Umar Ashraf on YouTube is a successful trader who I've seen uses footprint charts. I think Umar is a futures trader, brother, or a stock trader. It's not a Forex trader. Let's check Brent for you, my brother. Is WTI fine, or do you want me to actually look at Brent? I'm not even sure, because you've got UK oil, you've got WTI. Let me just see what's the price of Brent. Let's quickly check. I don't know if Brent. Alright, so Brent is a little bit different. Let's quickly look at Brent for you, my brother. Weekly perspective, it is bearish. We've talked about this actually a couple of weeks ago when we started breaking structure lower here. We started breaking structure lower. I still mentioned, yes, this was a couple of weeks ago. Somebody was asking about Brent, and I said it's bearish. So these.
What the hell is Brent?
Brent crude
Oh,
oil prices. So from a weekly perspective, going into this week, I would have been bearish due to the fact that we have broken the most recent support area right there. This would have been my weekly range that I would have focused on for Brent. And we are now getting to a previous, what the heck? There's like a little magnet or something on this thing. So I would expect price to tap into the 72. Daily perspective, what do we have on the day? Daily perspective for me today would have been bearish. You can still clearly see from the daily here as well, we are bearish. You had that break of structure there, so you would have targeted the bottom of this daily range. Then you had another break of structure there. Look left with me, you would have targeted the 72 level. So pullback, break of structure yesterday. Order flow is still bearish. Let's look at the 5. There was your trade yesterday, 1 o'clock. Everything showing you bearish according to the CMBS strategy. There was your break of structure under the pivot. EMAs are bearish. AD is bearish. And let's see today, AD is still relatively bearish. However, we are trading back above the Asia highs. Daily pivot all the way up here. So I would say pullback trade, potentially monitor Asia lows. If we can hold Asia lows, you could maybe go and test Asia highs, but this thing is still bearish. And that is Brent crude. Don't be rude, be a Brent crude. Have you tried the RSI indicator? Yo, Sondre, I think the RSI indicator is usually the first indicator you use when you start trading.
yeah.
Yes, that's the origins of my trading. Keeks, were you ever a RSI trader?
Yeah, as well. I
Yes,
literally think it
very-
was my first, what's the name, indicator.
Here's a divergence, and you just get clapped because you don't realize that the RSI is a momentum indicator. That's why I say always know if you're using an indicator, you need to know how it is constructed, what it uses, and what it's basically telling you. RSI above 70 is indicating a very strong trending market. RSI under 30 is indicating a very strong bearish market. So there are instances where it will start to diverge, and that's usually at the peak of maybe a trend. So again, before it's diverging, it's going to give you another push because it's still trending. But again, RSI, momentum indicator. It's indicating momentum. Let's actually get the RSI on here. RSI, where's your guys have created strategies around this thing. All right, let's check the RSI. Ooh. Woohoo. Back to the good old days. So according to me, I think we would have started buying EJ here yesterday. Yeah, so there it's below the 30, so we could have started buying here. And that thing dropped another, I know this was Thursday last week. That thing dropped another 490 pips. I see some buy side divergence here. Here's a good example, Chad, where I was talking about the markets. So a lot of guys would have seen this as the buy side divergence. Why can't I increase this? Alright, yeah, I can see it. Buy side divergence there. But look at the market. So from where it gave you your first, I don't think it's a lot of pips though, 100 pips, and then it started moving up, and then from when it peaked here at the 70, it did another 100 pips. RSI. I think there are guys that traded successfully though. I use that one every day, Gian, the RSI. Relative. Like every YouTube video, I was unprofitable for years until I found this indicator. Yo. Oh, yeah, MACD. Yo, MACD was also, I actually had a strat. That's why you'll see, I don't know if you guys can't see my layout here, the Mac attack. It's still saved as the Mac attack.
Mac attack.
That was the MACD strat. Macking, attacking. Stop losses were clapping. Looks like the markets want to start moving, Chad. Let's lock it in. Alright, DXY back at Asia highs. There's that retest. Let's see if she holds. UJ all the way back to Asia highs. Let's see if that first retest holds here as well. Everything's still looking bullish. GJ Asia lows. Oh, as mentioned previously, Chad, be aware we haven't done anything to show me buys for the guys. I still said we can continue lower. It seems to be the case. Gold, all right, gold still in this range. 80 is bullish. It is now currently above this level. Let's see what she does. As mentioned, we can come all the way back up here, 1992. Let's see, GU in this consolidation. EU, mind of its own. Like I said, this is just an ugly range that we are currently in. Not interested there. EJ, here's that key level. We need to get above that, and if we can't get above, no trade for me. But let's see. EU, I was hopeful for EU, but it is a mess, my dude. Here is a nugget. Let's see. The horror strategy market by Jactor. EU starting to look nice. Not really. It has taken Asia lows. It's holding Asia lows. DXY would need to get back below Asia highs. Then it will start looking nice. Otherwise, it is not looking nice. I can't believe you're still speaking to us as Beach Nation today. No likes. Yesterday, not much likes. You guys are still teaching us. The moment you find out that 90% of indicators are delayed and you would have just been trading the past. Most of the indicators use past data because it's obviously it needs the data to feed into it to present the data to you. So even these moving averages, they needed candles to already form before they can actually start printing. So I don't think there are retail indicators that will give you future price, because that would require some type of machine learning or some type of back propagated neural network to actually use past data to then take that input data, use it to then give you an output data scenario where it can give you a sense of where price could be going. So none of that is available. This is just all based off things that you can actually plot and calculate yourself. Things with indicators, they don't tell you where. Correct. Okay, Chad, I'm just going to throw it over to Keith quickly. I'm just going to run to the bathroom. I will see you guys now.
Looks like dollar trying to come back here, guys. I think at this point in time, they might just range till the rest of the day. As you guys know, I am still bullish, but I'll probably wait. I'll only take the sells once we get that close below here. So let's make that black. Once we get the closure below, yeah, I'll look for those sells to re-enter. But we will see what happens there. Just a patience game, guys. Like, that's the one thing about December. It is just patience the whole freaking time. So we literally are just waiting. UJ still holding that bullish momentum. EU with the sells. EJ. What's EJ doing? Actually looking relatively bullish. Yeah. Again, that's this thing, we've wanted to be above this zone the whole time. We just battled to hold it. Hopefully this maybe will be the day you can hold it and continue those bullish momentum. GU is definitely selling. That is bearish. GJ. I think GJ might even sell as well. Dollar, pound really taking some shots. I think we also had the news today. Yeah, GDP, yeah. There we go. That's taking the shots on that side. So that's where that pound weakness is coming in. And then US30 just holding those highs, and Nas doing this, basically holding the lows. That's just ranging. But US30, I think if we're looking for that sell-off as you were talking about, just is just setting up with news to come out to push it down to trade back up. So we'll see what happens there. But gold, yeah, gold's like in its own little battleground at the moment. Dollar trying to come back to the party. So it's just a waiting game now, guys. As boring as it is, that's literally what we're stuck with today. But yeah, do we have anything else coming out? Euro at 12. That would be anything. GP. Oh. Yes, these things are charming me. I'm worried. Watch, I'm gonna buy like a cushion or something, and I'm gonna put it on my ears when I come back. I'm not taking this violence anymore.
Here's the thing, Chad. Nothing wrong with indicators. Nothing wrong with indicators. I know there's this narrative in the trading industry like, oh, you use indicators, you don't know what you're doing. I was there as well. Nothing wrong with it. Go check some of the top stock traders using the VWAP, using EMAs, all of that, and they will run rings around me, around Keegan, around the majority of us, and all they do is looking at price action, VWAP, and some EMAs. So don't get into that thing of, oh, you use indicators, you are retail. We are retail, 100%. Otherwise, we would have been trading for institution or on a desk, bank desk. So nothing wrong with being a retail trader. When I was SMC guys first, oh, you trade retail, bro. You're okay. I can see you're retail. Have you had that, Keegan? What do you trade? Oh, no, I trade this. Oh, so you retail.
Yeah.
See all you retail boys out here. That's an easy one, Chad. You don't even have to say your strategy. Just say, I trade retail. Oh, okay, retail. And it's like, what do you trade? No, I trade like the banks. Oh, you trade like the banks, but you walk to work. What are you talking about? If you aren't working in a stock exchange, here's the thing, Minty Nasty. Like, you get institution and then you get retail. If you really think about it, even institutional traders are still retail because their clients are retail. So their clients give them the funds to manage. So they just manage it on an institutional level, but technically the people feeding the money is retail. So everything, if you break it back, is retail. So yeah, it is the weirdest thing where it's another marketing ploy. Oh, we trade like the banks.
Oh, people love that one.
We trade like the algos. This is called the Algo Strat 2.790XYZ. We developed this while playing Call of Duty, and my one friend had this great idea that we use the crossover strategy from the EMA with the MACD with the oscillator.
The oscillator was the secret there.
Yo, my dude. The oscillator was... you tried the oscillator.
Sometimes.
Yo, the oscillator was... when I saw the oscillator, the RSI and the MACD were almost giving me the same thing. I was like, why do I have why is 50% of my chart covered with 3 indicators at the bottom?
And that's the big Hail Mary after that.
Chris on GJ, we held the weekly pivot yesterday. Do you think that we can maybe trade to R1 in the following 2 weeks? Nila, the yen has been messy, my brother. It has been one way. I do expect some type of pullback. My only thing though is on the daily perspective, I would need some type of structure break. The only way I can get really bullish on this is if we can do something like this, take yesterday's low and then close bullish.
Chris, you know, I was thinking about now,
Yo.
on gold. What if this is that case of what we spoke about, that 7-hour candle?
Oh, is it closing now?
Yeah. So obviously daylight is the 8-hour now, but it closes bullish, gets the buyers in, and everything else goes bearish.
Ooh.
Because now you've tested Asia highs.
Yes, I almost thought, what candles are these, my bro? My brothers.
I'm still very, very bearish on this. I will honestly be surprised if this thing goes long.
8 o'clock strat. Good morning, Chad. This is the Block and Chalk Strat Talk with K Rizzle. We will be blocking and chalking and yes, it's a weird one, my bro. As mentioned, if we do something like this now, geeks, I 100% believe that is the case.
Really what?
Something like this on gold.
Yeah.
Then 100%. This was that fake out. Come on, GU bleed. Wait, this thing's just ranging, my dude. GU. If you guys don't trade the Batman, oh my goodness, that Batman pattern is a beast. Chris, what made you choose EMAs and AD over stocks, RSI, FIB? I just want to know your conclusion to that decision. Backtesting, my brother. A lot of backtesting, a lot of forward testing, a lot of tears, a lot of laughter. A lot of things has brought me to getting to this point. No, really. Like I mentioned, I've been through the ropes. I've been through the ropes. Gold is bullish. It might pull back to 1970-74 before fully changing. All right. It definitely could. Definitely could. Did we take out yesterday's low? Yeah. Thing is, if you look on a daily, we do have this little daily level here. So it could pull back all the way to 2016. This could be the low of the week, because remember we said we are potentially still long-term bullish. So it is just, how do you execute on this at an Asia high, below a daily pivot? Do you wait for the first retest here to hold? So that is the first retest that held. Are you man enough to execute from here? That's the question. At an Asia high. If you execute here, then your next question should be is, how do I get out of the trade if I execute on my idea that it is bullish? Now the question is, let's say you executed there, you're expecting price to go all the way back up to that 90, 92 level. Now you need to ask yourself is, alright, I've executed now. I think it is bullish. We broke structure here. There we broke structure. 80 is bullish. We held above the EMAs right here. And then if this was me on gold, I wouldn't have taken a trade. Let's just be very clear here. But I mean, like, a lot of you are trying to insinuate buys here. Then I would be like, right, here's my stop. I wouldn't use less than $3 stop on gold. I told you guys, again, purely from backtesting. And then I would say 19, this key level right here, we need to hold that. If it starts trading below here, I'll give it, say, 1 5-minute candle to get back above. But if that next 5-minute candle rejects there, I'm out of it. Where will I go break even on it? I will go break even here at 1984.50. That's also the daily pivot. And I would target potentially this daily R1, which is also just underneath that key level. So there is, you know what's weird? Leonard Bunaki Fibonacci was born in Pista. Gold is bullshit. Oh, sorry, gold is bullish. Sorry. I thought this man is saying. Let's see, chat. Break of structure. Asia highs. I'm not in it. We're just doing a scenario here for you guys. I'm waiting on Powell's speech. I took trade early this morning after GBP news hit my TP. Danielle, if you hit the TP, why are you still here? That is amazing. See you, boys. Thank you for your lovely stream. Thank you, Danielle or Danila or Daniel. Pip, you thought would nip.
My only thing is that there's this guardian toad. Bro, so what if your Judas swing's wrong? If the Judas swing's 100% right, then why is not everyone trading with it?
Are we buying blank? I'm just playing a hypothetical trade here for the buyers. The guys that wanted to buy. I don't buy Asia highs, but I'm just saying we're just playing a little scenario here. Guiding Toad had a great short on GJ. Asia sweat previous day. Nice. The break of structure, reversal, liquidity sweep. Morne Mare, beautiful, my brother. Danielle, I'm Italian. Danila, I'm Italian, is an Italian name, so you're a dude. Danila. I always thought Daniel was a chick. Danila is a dude. I actually feel a little bit violated now. Always thought maybe we had a lady on here.
Asia lows will swept. The market has all the liquidity it needs. Again, what if you're wrong? You are going off a theory saying that you're 100% right.
So you're not a dude. Are you a dude? English name is Daniel. Okay. So you are a dude. Again, I feel violated. That's my son's name, if you were wondering. Let me just take this off before anybody thinks we're in a long.
I'm just saying, because we're watching this trade, yeah, and our guardian toad. I always said, guys, there's been the few that could probably prove us wrong, but majority, you're not if you're a profitable trader.
Danila. Chad, where's the babes at? Is it only dudes? Please don't tell me there's 213 other dudes listening to two dudes on the other side of the world talking about these green and red bars going up and down. Amina, okay, beautiful. At least we've got Amina in the house, so it's basically 212 dudes, one chick, and not yet if you're a profitable trader, burn the toad to death. I'm not assuming anybody's. You can. What did I call it?
Assumptions.
No, that's where they say what the fuck, man? Sorry. That way you say you identify.
Oh yeah.
You can identify as anything that you wish. But according to me, there's male and female. It is
in the same way there's male and female, there's profitable and not profitable.
Yo. Neil, Neil, you don't need to try and convince us that chicken is great.
Chicken every day.
Chicken every day. Don't listen to these animals, Toad. You do you. I identify as a combat shop. Right. Alright, so we've got two chicks.
Who? Amina and?
Amina and I think Danny.
No, Danny.
Is Danny a dude? I'm violated, guys. Let me just Danny Gibson, please tell me.
Sure Danny is a guy.
Danny, please tell me you not a guy. Maybe all females to show a thumbs up. Oh my bro, how many Daniels? These Daniel dudes have been violating us here in the chat. Alright, so at least we've got Intando. We've got Angela Martin. Come on, dudes. We need to get the female count up on. It is just weird having all these dudes. We need to. Clarissa Fisher. If you're a guy, then I'm done. I'm done.
I think that would just be like the cherry on the top. That's it. I give up.
No, then I've been completely violated. I'm calling it a year. No, man, Danny. Danny is a dude. Now it's getting weird. Milani Lewis back in the house. 3 unicorns signaling a ranging market. 1 horn in the eye, 1 horn in your shin. And that's how it feels trading.
Okay, it looks like there's a few.
Okay, so we've got a few female traders. Great.
That's like what, 5, 6?
I just want to apologize in advance, ladies, if we have ever offended you. That is not the plan on here. So if we have offended any of the females, we do apologize. We sometimes forget that it's not only males in this industry. I don't know if you've picked up, dude. I haven't sweared this week, maybe twice.
And 2 of those were like a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
Minty nasty. Not gonna lie, your name does give vibes of a bad street baddie.
Told you are very welcome. Alright, gold.
Yeah, Monterey, that is the one thing. Like I could see the bars coming because of that 4-hour closure, but as you're talking about, we've like looked at it in the past. That 4-hour, the 7 or now 8-hour candle likes to actually trade the opposite way of the rest of the direction of the day. So if that's going bullish, a lot of the time, let's say 60%, 70% it was we looked at, it will go bearish after that.
Chad, next week, Monday to Friday, masterclass. You don't want to miss it. I might get Edgar to stream topless for the ladies. Edgar, the brother of Mark Henry, the original sexual chocolate. I can't get Keegan to take his shirt off. Caitlin will murder us. Keegs?
Yeah.
Just for the ladies once. Shirtless stream.
I choose life.
Yo, my dude. Caitlin will rip us to shreds. I can already hear her. Do you want to die, my bro?
Literally.
Do you want to die? No, I don't think Kate is on the stream today.
I don't know where she is.
I'm off, boys. Check you for NY. Yeah, Edgar, I think I'm also gonna. There's literally Chad.
There's nothing.
I'm gonna run through it again. I'm quickly gonna run through my scenarios for tonight. I think let's start with that. Let's start with FOMC tonight. One thing to look out for, and this is what we need to focus on for tonight. So firstly, we know that they're not going to hike. Markets have already 99% price. No hike tonight. No hike tonight. Secondly, let's quickly go and look at Fed futures for 1 second. Let's quickly build a narrative here for ourselves for tonight. So you guys are ready. You're not going to sit there like a bunch of degenerates waiting to click buy or sell. You can actually have an idea. All right. Firstly, not expecting anything. 98% hikes are going to remain the rates. Rates are going to remain the same. So Fed currently on 5.5. Perfect. Not expecting anything tonight. Jan, not expecting anything in Jan. So Jan is already a set in stone case. They're expecting the Fed to keep rates unchanged in Jan. March, expecting rates to remain the same. May, they're expecting the first 0.25% rate cut. So that's one. Let's make some notes here. Let me grab a pen here. So May 0.25% cut. June, they expecting another 0.25 cut in June. Okay. July, they are still basically neutral. July is still neutral. September, still relatively neutral, expecting rates to remain the same. So you see what I was talking about. And then in November, they're expecting another rate cut. So that's basically 0.75 basis points currently being priced. And then, okay, so another one maybe in December. But this one is marginal. So from the looks of it, market is pricing in a 1 basis point cut for next year. Okay, so we've got that. I think there's a lot of repricing that has gone on here. Let's look at May. Previous week, let's quickly check this. Previous week was at 40.1, 42. All right, so you can see that there has been a little bit of an increase on that. Okay, not now hike. What am I doing? No hike. Okay, so no hike tonight. Here's the thing. Again, as mentioned, if you missed it, the first 15 minutes of the press conference, everything is already known. 15 minutes or 10 minutes, everything known. Jay Powell is literally reading the statement that was released with the rate decision. Everything that is chalked. Let me just do this. Everything was. That is right. What the heck? Okay. Everything is known. That first 15 minutes. Here is what you need to look out for. I don't even want to say it because you can get shadow banned for it, but this, if they make mention of this and the potential effect, that's going to spook the market. Let me just put it to you straight. if they mention this anywhere during the press conference, even in their report or their release, this is going to spook the market. This is going to be bullish for the dollar. So keep an eye out for that. Secondly, during the presser, only two real scenarios. We can get a dovish pal. We can get a hawkish pal. For those that don't know, dovish is where he basically talks down, softens his own currency. Hawkish is where he's referring to very strict monetary policy. That's bullish for the dollar. Hawkish, dovish is bearish for the dollar. How can pal be dovish? It's going to be a non-event if it's the same thing. The Fed is seeking their 2% inflation target, and to get to that they will be monitoring data. All the decisions will be data dependent, and as the data comes in they will make decisions. No further forward guidance can be given. Non-event if that is the case. If he keeps iterating that, non-event tonight for FOMC. That is the non-event scenario. The other scenario is the Fed is concerned that inflation has not subsided as quickly as they have expected. Subsided. Is that right? Subsided. As quickly as expected, and potential reignition, or can't really say reignition. How do you reignite inflation? But anyway, reignition of inflationary pressures, and that is going to be hawkish. If they are concerned about inflation not dropping below that 3% bar, that is hawkish. Second scenario is Powell comes out very clearly saying, and this also rates higher for longer. He's been loving that. Rates higher for longer. Okay. All right. Dovish scenario. This is the dovish scenario. The Fed feels that monetary policy has reached restrictive levels not softening. All right, Chad, there we've got the dovish scenario where Powell comes out and they say they have reached satisfactory restrictive levels with monetary policy, and that the soft landing is still on deck, and they are potentially looking at softening into 2024. This will absolutely destroy the dollar. I don't even think this is a scenario. The way I know Powell, this is not even. This is a dream. This is what the market is dreaming of. They're like, Powell, just put the dollar away. He's not going to do that. Also, if they refer to the labor market here, if they still refer to the labor market being too tight, that is also hawkish. So they obviously want to soften the labor market as well, and now unemployment actually came down, average hourly earnings, so that that is the other scenario. The rest is just noise. This is a big one. If they mention this, oh my, Chad, if they mention that, dollar is gonna absolutely run, so just be very careful. But the rest is pretty straightforward. I don't expect too much.
I'm just saying, I think people need to watch out for dollar strength.
No, 100%. I don't think it's going to bury the dollar. Myself and Keegan actually talked about it this morning, where we said he's got two lines. He's either going to walk that middle line. He's not going to keep the bulls happy. He's not going to keep the bears happy. He's just going to let everybody wonder into December. What's their plan for next year? Looking at where US30 is, Nasdaq is, 100% is not going to do this. Chad, I can guarantee, could put money on it. This scenario here, a dream. This is a unicorn. That scenario there. That is a unicorn dream. Because if he does that, literally the entire year and a half, almost 2 years of rate hikes is literally thrown down the drain.
I think, like you say, like the unicorn thing there, in a nutshell, it's like, you guys, there's two options here. Dollar closes bullish today. Nothing crazy, maybe a little bit of volatility, but just closes bullish. Or dollar is going back to that 104 and it is running. Like, that's just it. It just depends how badly is he going to push the dollar today. That's it.
Charadonia, do you want me to hit you guys with the ad? I'm not going to hit you. That ad was busy spawning there. Ready to execute. I cancel it, don't stress. The ad was cancelled. Shoot shot for that dove and hawk explanation. So tired of the animals in trade. You need to maintain the same posture or he lost his word, and that is not good for him. So he's still with the same rates. Yeah, Ricardo, I don't think he's gonna do anything to please the bulls or the bears. He's just gonna be very. Oh, the Fed is looking at data. Everything is data dependent. This, that. J Powell, do you think we can start looking at potential rate cuts next year? Leanne, just looking at the data currently, the labor market is still tight, and I don't really think we can comment on that right now. We'll still be looking at the data meeting by meeting, so I hope that helps. No, he's not gonna do anything great. As inflation falls, what principles will guide policy normalization? Ricardo, this is technically policy normalization. Interest rates at decade lows or close to zero is not normal. So we have now actually reached almost normalized levels. The Fed's nightmare is stop and go rate. Increase reminiscent of the 1980s. It's not the same as the 1980s, brother. Powell does not have, I think it was, no, it wasn't Druckenmiller. What's his name? Fed chair from 1980. I know what you're talking about. You read that somewhere. It's not the same. Fed chair, that was the oil Fed chair. That was based on oil. That was not, it was Paul Volcker. 1980s was to do with oil, my brother. Completely different scenario. In the Mulder case, the 1990s. Let me just read what this brother is saying. Call the episode a cautionary tale, but equally, yeah, 2007 as well was not the Fed's mistake. That was banks, my brother. That was not a Fed issue. That was a banking issue. Very loose guiding policies within banks. Different scenario. But I hear you, Ricardo. It all looks very, very good. Oh, it's a Financial Times article. Yeah, 3 rate cut. Yeah, here's the thing, Chad. I've done. I don't want to blow smoke up my own arse, but I've done a lot of study on economics, a lot of study on fundamentals, and a lot of studies on previous recessions, depressions, and there's always a trigger that basically forces the Fed to cut. And I'm asking you this question right here, and I'm asking you an honest question, Keegs.
Yeah.
Looking at US30, why would you need to soften monetary policy when it's almost about to break all-time highs?
Yeah.
That is my question, Chad. This market has been on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, going on 7 weeks straight up. Not even, yeah. So my question is,
that's weeks.
That's weeks. Why would the Fed need to soften policy? There's no need to soften policy. This is normal. Interest rates at 5.5%, that is normal rates. That should be the base. This is not even if you go and look at, let me just show you guys this. Let me just show you guys this. This is not like even tightening. US interest rates. Let's see if we can find a chart. That's 1990. Let's quickly check here. Alright. Let's quickly see if we can get this. Alright. So that was obviously during World War II, 1940, 1950. 1981 rates peaked at 14%, and then after that 2008 global financial crisis, rates went to near zero. But if you pull average median line from 1790, 7%, 8% is your median. That is where you should be at. South Africans would know we've had high interest rates for a lot of years, but 1%, 2% interest rates is not normal. So we're almost there. A lot of studies on anxieties. That's why you who you are today. Yeah, brother, that's the madness of the market. America almost bankrupt and still printing money, correct? How do you stop inflation if you continue to print money? But Chad, I think we're going to do a masterclass next week. I'm going to share everything that I can. Hopefully I can bring it across as simple and as plain as possible, but I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to sharpen me up as well. But again, if you love trading, if you love finances, investing, learn when it comes to actual trading strategies, don't overcomplicate it. But when it comes to knowledge and wisdom, read, ask questions, look data up, ask, be critical, Chad. That's the thing with trading and anything in life. Be critical. Ask yourself why. Why did the pound yen drop here? Why did it do this? How could I have been in this move? Be critical, look back, and Chad, last one today. Let's come out in big numbers for Keegs. Man is going on holiday tomorrow. He's still joining me. No, not tomorrow. Friday. He's still joining me tomorrow. He's actually running the stream tomorrow. And then I'm gonna be a little bit late. Friday we're still gonna stream tomorrow. Tomorrow is the only day we're not gonna have NYSE, Chad. So I'm just letting you know now. But 4 o'clock, let's support Keegs. Keegs, any closing remarks before we land this plane?
Sure. Yeah, guys, I think today is a perfect one. If markets are ranging, they're just doing their thing. Maybe just make the most out of it. Just paper trail, do things like that, but don't enter if you're not getting your thing. Do a bit of back testing, go over your strategy, stuff like that. Don't take trades where it's unnecessary at this point in the time. It's December, markets don't have volume. They're going to be all over the place. It's no time to just throw a random loss out there.
All right, Chad, peace and love. We're going to see you guys 4 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you so much, my Chad. Here's one for you guys. Peace and love, baby. See you later. Chad, it's the same, baby. Chat still here for the vibes. 111 of you. The diehards. Come on, baby. December.